Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. There's a moment I've started noticing more and more. It's quick, easy to miss if you're not paying attention. Usually happens right before you say something that you can't take back. You feel it first before you even realize what it is. A little tightening, a kind of pressure building. And your mind is already moving, already forming the response, already deciding how this is going to go. And somewhere in there, almost underneath all of it, there's a quieter thought. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't argue. It just shows up, almost like a suggestion. You don't have to go this way. That's what it says. I didn't notice that voice for most of my life. Or maybe I did and just ignored it. Because the other part of me was louder, faster, more convincing. It always had a reason ready. Why I was right. Why they were wrong. Why this needed to be said. And in the moment, it all felt true. It still does sometimes. But lately, I've started catching that space in between. Not every time, but enough to realize that it's always been there. That little gap before everything locks in. Before the tone changes. Before the words land. There's a choice sitting right there. Not a big dramatic one, just a quiet opening. I remember a conversation not too long ago. Nothing major, just one of those everyday things that starts to turn. You know the kind. You can feel it shifting, even while it's happening. And I could feel myself getting ready to push back, to make my point, to win in whatever small way we think we're winning in those moments. And right there in the middle of it, something in me slowed down just enough to notice. Not long, just enough. And I remember thinking, I don't have to do this. That was it. Not some big speech, not some perfect response waiting in the wings. Just that simple realization. Now, I wish that I could tell you that I handled it beautifully. That I said exactly the right thing and everything softened. But that's not what happened. I still reacted. Just maybe a little less. The edge wasn't as sharp, and the words didn't land as hard as maybe they would have. And afterward, I could feel the difference. Not in them, but in me. That's when it really started to click. That moment isn't about getting it perfect. It's about catching yourself while it's still happening. Even a second sooner changes something, guys. Most of us think of love as something big, something we show when everything is calm and clear. But I'm starting to think it matters most right there in the middle of the messy parts. When you're irritated, when you feel misunderstood, when something in you wants to close off. That's where it lives, guys. Not as a rule and not as something you force. More like a door. A door that's always there. If you notice it anyway. And the strange thing is that the more you start to see it, the more you realize it's been showing up your whole life. Every argument, every misunderstanding, every moment you wish you could redo, there it was. Quietly waiting, not judging, not keeping score, just there. I think a lot of us carry around this idea that we're either good at this or we're not. That some people are just naturally kind, naturally patient, and the rest of us are still trying to figure it out. But I don't think that that's true. I think we all get the same moment over and over again. It just comes down to whether we see it. And even when we don't, it doesn't go away. It comes back the next time and the next. Always giving us another chance to step into it. Lately I've been trying something simple. Not trying to be perfect, not trying to fix everything. Those are sure ways to really have problems. But just paying attention to that moment. That's it. When I feel that shift starting, I look for the space. Sometimes I find it, and sometimes I don't. But even looking for it changes something. Because once you see it, even once, you can't unsee it. You start to recognize it sooner. You start to feel it before everything takes over. And one day, without even thinking about it, you pause. And in that pause, something softens. Not the situation and not the other person, but you. And from there, things start to unfold differently. Differently. Not perfectly, just differently. I don't think this is about becoming someone new. I think it's about noticing what's already there, what's already a part of you. That quiet voice, that small opening, that moment that doesn't force you but invites you. So the next time you feel that familiar pull, that tightening, that rush to respond, just see if you can find it. That little bit of space. You don't have to do anything with it. Just notice it. Because that moment, that almost invisible moment, is where everything begins to shift. And maybe next time, maybe you won't follow the same path. Not because you tried harder, but because you saw something that you had not seen before. And that's enough. That's more than enough, guys. More than enough. I love you so very, 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 very much. And you guys know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.